Hello, everyone, and welcome to Blaine High School for CTN's coverage of the Section 7 4A softball section tournament. First round featuring the number 2 seeded Blaine Bengals, the number 7 seed Coon Rapids Cardinals. Joe Yund here to bring you the action. Callie Powell digging in, the leadoff hitter for the Cardinals, and they are up against a monster. The Bengals have been on an absolute tear, 12 straight wins to finish the regular season with a 15-5 record, and secure that number 2 seed in the section. And Coach Zach Nienaber says a lot of it is due to the return of Emmy Sylvia Cochran on the mound. She has done the bulk of the lifting in the circle. Blows a fastball past Powell there and gets it back ahead, and they count 1-2. Cochran 10-1, a .77 ERA in 72 innings pitched. Pitch call is up high. Looked for a second. Powell was walking back to the dugout, but collecting herself. Outside the batter's box, digs back in, 2-2. That one misses outside. Not a lot of walks. She's given up just 12 walks, 134 strikeouts, and only 12 walks in those 72.2 innings pitched. This one fans her and gets the first out of the inning, as Sylvia Cochran just challenged her down the middle, and Powell came up empty. Now Kinley Carger. Carger laid on the fastball, and again Sylvia Cochran back in the lead. Ahead in the count, 0-1. Bengals beat Coon Rapids at Coon Rapids 14-3 early in the season. This one popped up on the bunt attempt. Easy play for Lavinka. Steps out of her crouch, squeezes it tight for out number 2. Carter trying to catch him off guard, but not able to lay down a good bunt. Lavinka able to get up, make the play for out number 2. Pacey Olson looks at a pitch just low, 0-1, or 1-0. Olson hitting .340 on the season. Fouls that back. 1-1. Olson chasing the high heat. And again, Sylvia Cochran in the driver's seat, a 1-2 count. Olson trying to prolong the top half of this first inning. Instead, Emmy Sylvia Cochran gets it done in 3 batters, 2 by strikeout. Blaine at the plate for the first time. When we come back, you're watching Section 7 4A softball on CTN. Back at Blaine High School, Bengals and the Cardinals in the first round of the Section 7 4A softball tournament. Annalie Anderson gets the start in the circle for Coon Rapids, and she's got a tough task ahead of her, keeping pace with Emmy Sylvia Cochran, who clearly set the bar high in her first inning. Coon Rapids actually up 2-0 after the first inning, the first time these two teams faced one another. The Bengals then scored in every inning thereafter on their way to a 14-3 win in 6 innings. Had 4 runs in 3 of those final 5 innings against the Cardinals. They've scored 10 or more in 3 of their 12 straight wins. 1 pitch, 1 out. Quick grounder to Kellis. She goes across the mound and retires Emily Vogel. And Vogel was a Cardinal killer the last time these two teams played one another. Went 5 for 5 with 2 home runs and 6 RBI. Instead, she's gone on 1 pitch, a ground out to third, and that brings up Marin Amon. Amon looks at 1 low. It's a good pitch there from Annalie Anderson right at the knees, nibbling down low, able to even the count 1-1. Hammond playing at third base, trying to get something going for the Bengals here at the bottom of the first inning. Anderson, a good pitch, fouled back out of play. Gets herself ahead in the count 1-2. Beautiful day for softball. This game originally scheduled to take place yesterday, but it was rainy all day long. And on and off showers and a little bit cooler. An absolutely spectacular day to be outside. Pitch way up high, evens the count 2-2. But a midday affair due to the number of rainouts and the availability of the umpires. So this game taking place on a Thursday afternoon at 12:30, while most of the players' teammates are still inside taking tests, studying, learning, getting smarter. They're out here having fun, and unable to check the swing is Hammond, and she's down on strikes. 2 gone for Annalie Anderson. That pitch maybe a little bit high. Hammond not able to lay off. 2 up, 2 down, and that brings up Kayla Schaefer, the third base minder. Hitting .339 this season, has 18 RBI to lead the team. Big hack at the opening offering, comes up empty. 0-1. All but 3 of the girls in the starting lineup for the Bengals hitting .300 or better. 1 is at .298. Another big swing. Misses everything for Schaefer. She's behind in the count 0-2. And Annalie Anderson trying to get a little momentum, get her team back to the plate as quickly as possible. 0-2 pitch. Misses outside. Trying to tempt her with 1 off the edge. And Schaefer not buying. Now 1-2. That did not miss by much. Good off-speed pitch for Anderson. Stays just high. And it's a 2-2 count to Kayla Schaefer. I think both Anderson and her battery mate Layla Meyer felt that that should be the pitch that took him back to the dugout. Instead, the next one gets Schaefer swinging. Both pitchers are perfect in the first with a pair of strikeouts. We go to the second inning. You're watching the Section 7 4A softball playoffs on CTN.
Winston, nice hands, drives and scores. Picked him off, beautifully done. Breakaway shot to goal, just like that.
Back at Blaine High School, both teams down in order in the first. We start the second inning. Section 7 4A tournament beginning midday on a Thursday afternoon. It is a double elimination tournament. So both teams will play again tomorrow. Layla Meyer leading things off, looks at a fastball for a strike, 0-1. Meyer leading the squad with .365 batting average and 7 RBI. She also has 3 doubles on the season. Sylvia Cochran tries to put one in her eyes. Meyer lays off. It's 1-1. Off-speed pitch at the knees. Sylvia Cochran has been living ahead in the count so far this afternoon. Meyer protecting the plate. That one right at the knees. She fouls it off, gets another 1-2 pitch from Sylvia Cochran. And another strikeout for number 86 as she fires a fastball past a swinging Layla Meyer. Third base minder, Ava Kellis, looks at that fastball for a strike, 0-1. Kellis just a click below 300, hitting .296. Chases the high fastball, 0-2. Kellis and Erickson both tied at .296. That one in on the hands and hits softly behind first. Good play by Ellie Beckman to track it down right on the edge of the dirt, and that is out number 2. Kellis didn't get a lot on that one. In on the hands. Got it over the first base minder, Schaefer, but Beckman a good read off the bat, able to track it down for out number 2. And now the 8th grader, Bella Fowler. Designated player this afternoon, takes a pitch at the knees, 0-1. Fowler .255 on the season with 6 RBI. Comes up empty on a big swing, 0-2. Don't know that these stats are complete and accurate. All numbers on today's broadcast brought to you by the Star Tribune's Softball Hub. That pitch down low, Bella Fowler lays off. Knows she has to protect, but she's not going to go digging in the dirt. Not going to give one away. Sylvia Cochran misses just inside. That one not as easy to take, but Fowler, a good eye up there, gets herself back to even. At least trying to make Sylvia Cochran work for this last out. She's erased 5 straight to start the outing. Misses outside. That one will get it to a full count. Again, she went to a full count on the first batter of the ball game. This is only the second time now that she's been to a 3-ball count. And again, only 12 walks surrendered this season. Fowler fighting to stay alive. Another 3-2 pitch. That bounces off the plate, and that is walk number 13 this season for Sylvia Cochran. Comes with 2 outs in the second.
Right fielder, number 29, Kendall Curran.
That'll bring up the right fielder, Kendall Karen. Looks at a fastball low. A little late on the decision to swing for Kieran, a little half swing. And with the heat that Sylvia Cochran brings, you really got to make that decision early, and you got to commit to it because she certainly puts some mustard on the ball. Took a little something off on that one and gets the same result, a swinging strike. And again, back in the driver's seat, a 1-2 count to Karen. Karen fights that one off, fall back into the parking lot. And at least after two pretty quick outs for Sylvia Cochran, the Cardinals have been able to make her work here, make her sweat a little bit in this top half of the second inning. That pitch up and in, 2-2. She threw just 12 pitches in the first inning, had to throw 13 with 2 outs here, but she gets the called third strike, her 4th strikeout of the ball game. No score in the middle of the first, or middle of the second. You're watching playoff softball on CTN. Back at Blaine High School, a beautifully sunny Thursday afternoon. And this is how the playoffs start. The border battle between the Cardinals and the Bengals. Blaine, the number 2 seed in Section 7 4A, coming in 15-5, 12 straight wins. Coon Rapids finished 2-18. Their wins coming back-to-back back at the beginning of this month. And wins over North Branch and Fridley Heights. Sylvia Cochran, an opportunity to help her own cause here, leading off the second inning. Annalie Anderson able to match her with a 1-2-3 inning in the first. Hoping to keep the Bengals off the board here again in the second inning. That one floated high, easy take for Sylvia Cochran. 1-1 pitch. Hit well to right, but having it measured perfectly is Kendall Karen. And a relatively easy out, number 1. As we talked about, Sylvia Cochran, a big part of their 12-game win streak. And it would be tough for Anderson to match her in the circle, but so far, so good. Right fielder Alyssa Schloman. First pitch swinging, high fly to short left, coming in and making the catch is Jenna Erickson. And outs on back-to-back pitches, 2 away for the Bengals in the bottom of the second. That brings up the catcher, Haley Levinka. I know she's wearing the Blaine uni, but as all CTN longtime viewers who have been paying attention know, that right there is my favorite player on the field. Not intimidated by the minimal strike zone, Annalie Anderson fires a fastball right down the pipe, challenges the Bengal catcher. She watches it for strike number 1. 0-1 pitch is up high, and it evens the count. Levinka hitting an even 300. Does have 11 RBI on the season for the Bengals. Lets that one finish down and in, 2-1. We saw a little more stress put on Sylvia Cochran after she got the first 2 outs in the top half of the inning. Levinka trying to return the favor, and Anderson misses low again, 3-1. Challenge pitch right down the pipe. Bell tie. Levenko watches it all the way into the mitt of Layla Anderson, and we have a full count. Anderson trying to get her team back to the dugout. She will be leading off the top half of the next inning. This one popped up left side in play. Kellis in foul territory makes the catch. And the Bengals are done 1-2-3 in inning number 2. No score as we head to the third on CTN. Back at Blaine High School, the Section 7 4A tournament for softball. Delayed a day by the rain, but it leads us to a beautiful afternoon. Number 2 seeded Bengals hosting the number 7 seed Cardinals. Annalie Anderson leading off the top of the third. Not very often that you see the pitchers coming up and leading off back-to-back half innings. We saw Sylvia Cochran leading off the bottom of the second inning. Anderson able to retire the side in order. And now Anderson leading off the top half of the third. Took a little something off it to Anderson out in front. And again, Sylvia Cochran gets herself the pitcher's count, 1-2. And she fires a fastball at the knees. Anderson watches it go by for strike 3. Fifth of the afternoon for Sylvia Cochran. Sophia Bauk, the number 9 hitter, number 9, laid on the fastball and behind in the count 0-1. And pretty consistently so far, Sylvia Cochran has started with a fastball, and if she senses any trepidation in the hitter at the plate, she's going to continue to lean on the heat and keep the pressure on. 0-2 to Bauk. And that's a 3-pitch strikeout. Back-to-back Ks. Quickly approaching a major milestone is Emmy Sylvia Cochran. With 6 strikeouts through the first 9 batters here, she now has 495 in her career. Back to the top of the order, Callie Powell, a strikeout victim in the first. That pitch inside for a ball, 1-0. A 2-out walk surrendered by Sylvia Cochran in the top half of the second inning, the only base runner so far for either team, and that's going to be a foul. It's off the bat of Callie Powell and stung our umpire right about in the clavicle area on the right side. Little stinger on the shoulder. Looks like he's going to be okay, but they'll give him a minute to walk that off. Count will be even, 1-1. Bengals took the opportunity to take a quick meeting in the circle, and our umpire shakes it off, says, all right, let's go. We got to keep going. As we talked about earlier, the man probably has a couple more games to do this afternoon, which is why we started at 12:30 on a school day. Callie Powell swings and misses, 1-2. Sylvia Cochran, 3 straight strikeouts at this point, trying to fan the side, and she does here in the third. It gives her 7 already this afternoon. We go to the bottom half. No score between the Bengals and the Cardinals on CTN.
As you know, CTN's on YouTube, and we're on in a big way. We have thousands of videos online to help you stay connected to Coon Rapids on any device, at home, or on the go. And it's because of your faithful viewership that we can celebrate 10,000 subscribers to the CTN YouTube page. Thank you for your support as we continue to keep you connected. And we look forward to 10,000 more.
Back at Blaine High School, Section 7, 4A, first round. Number 7 seed Cardinals, number 2 seed Bengals. So far, a pitcher's duel as we start the bottom half of the third inning. Annalie Anderson has been able to match Emmy Sylvia Cochran to this point. She's been able to retire the side in order both innings, and this one starts with a bang, a big smack by Bella Hunter just off of the tip of the glove of Jenna Erickson, who made a long run just to have a play on the ball from left field, but hit perfectly to the gap. First pitch, first hit of the ball game.
Designated player number 22, Audrey Novotny.
Hunter leads off the third with a single, and now the designated player, Audrey Novotny, with one on, nobody out. Novotny looks at a pitch for a strike. Anderson needs to shake that off, get back to what she was doing before. First time pitching with a base runner this afternoon. Great curveball right there. It looked like it was going to come high and dropped right in the zone, and Annalie Anderson ahead in the count 0-2. Goes back to the fastball. Novotny fouls it back and out of play. We'll try again at 0-2. Good pitch, strike 3. Third strikeout of the ball game for Annalie Anderson. A good response after giving up a leadoff single on the first pitch of the inning. Number 9 hitter, the center fielder, Ellie Swenson. Number 9. Drops down a beauty of a bunt, fielded by Kellis, no play. That'll turn into an infield single. Really was laying it down as a possible sacrifice, but they'll definitely take the base runner. 2 singles on either side of a strikeout. 2 on, 1 out, back to the top of the order. Emily Vogel, again, killed the Cardinals' first meeting. Grounded out to third on the first pitch she saw in the bottom half of the first inning. A big opportunity for her here, though. And that one may have been a little up out of the zone, but a hefty hack found nothing but air. 0-1. Good pitch, pops away from Meyer, but not far enough for anyone to advance. Missed just inside, trying to get Vogel to offer it something just off the plate. 1-1. 2 on, 1 out. And a great pitch again. When she's got that off-speed pitch, it's off-putting for the batter. It comes in, obviously, with less velocity, but it also looks like it's coming up and going to finish high, and it drops down at the right spot. Follows that with the high heat, trying to get Vogel off balance a bit. Vogel stays tight, 2-2. I did not look over her season to see if that was her biggest offensive output of the season, but certainly 5 for 5 with 2 home runs, a double, and 6 RBI is a pretty good day at the ballpark and hard to duplicate in the course of a 20-game season. Full count pitch now for Annalie Anderson. The pressure on the pitcher with 2 on, 1 out. And that misses low. Ball 4. They're loaded up with only 1 away. First walk surrendered by Annalie Anderson. Marin Amin, who was a strikeout victim first time. Now an opportunity to crack this ball game wide open. Let's that one finish high. Infield in for Coon Rapids, hoping to cut that run down at the plate if they can, knowing how important every run will be when you have an opponent like Emmy Sylvia Cochran in the circle on the other side. Another good breaking pitch from Anderson gets her even. They count 1-1. Amon looks at the fastball low. Pitch down in the dirt. Good stop by Meyer. That skipped into her chest. It's 3-1 now to Amon. Annalie Anderson in danger of walking home the first run of the game. Bella Hunter started this inning with a solid single to deep left center on the first pitch. She stands at third base just 60 feet away from getting her team on the board. Amon looks at another good pitch right down the pipe from Anderson. Full count. Pitch up high for Anderson. Ball 4. Back-to-back walks. This one comes with an RBI for Marin Amon. Bengals on the board, 1-0. Still only 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Pitch in the dirt, skips off the plate, heads up running as Swenson comes home and makes it 2-0. Both runners behind her advance as well. And just like that, the Bengals on the board, 2-0. Limiting the damage going to be the key the rest of the way here in the 3rd inning for Anderson and the Cardinals. Pitch inside, Kayla Schaefer. Ahead in the count, 2-0. Schaefer, as I talked about first time up, leads the team in RBI. Couple of opportunities at 2nd and 3rd right now with 1 out. That one foul in front of 3rd base. Speed pitch, grounded to 3rd. Kellis looks the runner back to 2nd, gets the out at 1st. Coming home to score on the play is Vogel. It's 3-0, but a big 2nd out for Coon Rapids.
Now batting pitcher number 86, Emmy Sylvia Cochran.
Emmy Sylvia Cochran still with a runner in scoring position. Her team's put a 3 on the board here in the 3rd. Cochran would like to continue that. This one foul down the first base line and not a chance for anyone to get to it. It's 0-1. Cochran, a pretty well hit fly ball to right field in her first at bat. She does have a couple of home runs on the season. It's that off-speed pitch that has been so effective for Annalie Anderson to this point. 0-2. Ground ball, left side, skips underneath Pacey Olson. She wanted a call for runner interference, would not get it. The throw home, not in time to get Amon, who was off and not stopping. It's a 4-0 lead.
Right fielder, number 21, Alyssa Floman.
So an RBI single for Emmy Sylvia Cochran.
Running Bengals number 26, Ada Bush.
Bush is the courtesy runner at first. The Cardinals will meet in the circle. It's the third hit of the inning for Blaine. They've got a couple of walks, now 4 across, 2 out. And Coach Nelson was out to discuss with the officials what she saw and get the officials to confer. Of course, we don't have replay because it's a single camera this afternoon, but it did not appear to me anyway, although I wasn't looking at it that closely. They are going to rule it out. That's a huge, huge call. It's going to take a run off the board. I think it's probably right. I was going to say it didn't look to me like Amon made any effort to avoid contact with Olsen as she went to field the ball, which is her responsibility to at least make the effort to avoid contact. They go back. They decide that she did not. And that is an out. It'll be 3-0, and we will go to the 4th inning on CTN. Call from the dugout by the Cardinals and Coach Alicia Nelson to go out and discuss it with the umpires, get them to gather and talk about what they had seen. And it takes a run off the board and means that it's only 3-0. Cardinals end the bleeding in the 3rd inning. So they end up with 3 runs on 2 hits in that inning to the Bengals. And with the way she's been throwing, 3 runs is probably going to be enough for Emmy Sylvia Cochran. Cardinals are trying to prove that false. Kinley Carger was out on a pop-up, a bunt attempt back in the 1st inning, trying to catch the Bengals sleeping. This one swung on and fouled the backstop, 1-2. Blows that one past her. That's another strikeout. Number 8 this afternoon. Pacey Olson, strikeout victim in the 1st inning. Here with 1 gone, nobody on. Big hack, got just a piece, put it off the chain link behind the plate. And Sylvia Cochran, you can't help but be impressed. She has kept herself ahead in the count all afternoon. Leaning on that fastball and varying its location, but throwing it at a couple of different speeds, and does have an off-speed pitch that has fooled the hitters as well. Quickly 0-2, and there's strike 3. That is the 6th straight for Sylvia Cochran and number 9 in the contest. Unfortunate that Joel Sipper not able to be with us because he would be impressed by strikeout number 9. Layla Meyer, first pitch swinging, grounded to the right side. Beckman to Schaefer. And the Cardinals done quickly in the top half of the 4th inning. Blaine Bengals lead 3-0. You're watching Section 7 4A softball on CTN. Back at the ballpark, ready to get the bottom half of the 4th inning started. Couple of hits, 3 runs in the bottom half of the 3rd inning, and it ends on a runner's interference call that needed an umpire's conference to determine. Annalie Anderson needs to, again, be able to shake it off and get back to answering Sylvia Cochran's efforts in the circle. Not an easy task. Alyssa Schloman leading off. She had a fly ball to left field on the first pitch she saw back in the 2nd inning. This one hit back up the middle, and a solid single to center field gets us started in the 4th inning. Clearly aggressive. She likes to swing the bat. She's only been in the box for 3 pitches and 2 at-bats. That'll bring up the catcher, Haley Lavinka. Pop up wide at third that ended the 2nd inning. Pitch up high. Misses upstairs again. A couple of walks issued by Anderson in that 3-run inning. Mentioned the first time these two teams met, the Bengals, after falling behind 2-0, they scored in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th innings on their way to a 14-3 win in those 6 innings. This one hit high to right center. Underneath it for the catch is Karen. One gone. 2 opportunities for Kendall Karen in the field, and she's made both look easy. That'll bring up Bella Hunter. Hunter, first pitch swinging, started the 3rd inning with a bang, and it was beautifully hit to the gap in left center. Great effort was made by left fielder Jenna Erickson, but it ticked off the end of her glove. First pitch hit back to the mound. Anderson goes to Olsen for 1. The relay not in time. Bauk thought she got it. I thought she may have as well. I'm pretty close, but I don't wear the blue. So Hunter on by fielder's choice. It was a good relay from Olsen to Bauk, but just a tick too late, and Bella Hunter stands at first. Novotny struck out first time. This time fouls back the first pitch out of play. That one just inside off the plate, evens the count. Another foul, back out of play. Underneath, a couple of rising fastballs from Annalie Anderson. And Anderson a strike away from getting her team back in the dugout. This one hit well down the line and left off the fence in fair territory. Getting it in quickly is Erickson, but a double is going to put two runners into scoring position.
Center fielder number 18, Ellie Swenson.
So the number 9 hitter, Ellie Swenson, laid down a bunt and beat it out for a base hit. Later scored in that 3-run third. They replaced Novotny at second base. Little half swing, but pokes it through the right side of the infield. One run is going to score. The second run is out at the plate. And that'll end the inning, but they do add one more. An RBI single for Ellie Swenson. Makes it 4-0. We go to the 5th inning. You're watching Section 7 4A softball on CTN.
Winston, nice hands, drives and scores. Picked him off, beautifully done. Breakaway shot to goal, just like that.
Back at Blaine High School, midday affair on a Thursday afternoon. Class is still going on in the school behind us, but section softball on the field under a beautiful, sunny, partly cloudy sky. Low 70s. So a couple of hits, one more run in that inning for the Blaine Bengals. And Sylvia Cochran getting back to work. Ava Kellis blooped one behind first base that was tracked down by Ellie Beckman in the second inning. Heading the count here. It says 1-1 on the scoreboard, but I think it's 2-1. Highlights Hennon agrees with me. That was pitch number 3. That pitch down low, and I believe, again, it's 3-1. Watching for a signal from our umpire, but he took that foul ball earlier. It may have affected his ability to put up hand signals. Sylvia Cochran goes back to the fastball and fires it past a swinging Ava Kellis. Full count. And a called third strike. That's number 10. Number 499 in her career.
Designated player number 99, Bella Fowler.
That'll bring up designated player number 99, Bella Fowler, the only base runner so far for Coon Rapids. She earned a walk with 2 outs back in the second inning. Looks at a pitch for a strike, 0-1. Outside of that 2-out walk, it's been a perfect afternoon so far for Emmy Sylvia Cochran. Fires a fastball past Fowler. It's 0-2. And that is swinging, strike 3, and that one will bring a small celebration and recognition because that is number 500. Congratulations to Sylvia Cochran. Pretty cool to be here and witness that and be able to be a part of it. A big smile on her face, maybe a little bit blushing in the circle as she throws the ball over to Coach Zach Nienaber. That one will be kept for posterity. And now Kendall Kieran looks at a pitch outside, 1-0. Kieran, a beauty of a throw home from right field to end that inning. The bottom half of the fourth inning, getting the out at the plate. Fastball in to even things up, 1-1. Off-speed pitch up high, 2-1. Kieran, big swing, comes up empty, 2-2. And 3 straight strikeouts in the inning. 12 on the afternoon for Sylvia Cochran. It's 4-0 Bengals as we head to the bottom of the 5th on CTN. Back at Blaine High School, the Bengals, the number 2 seed in the Section 7 4A tournament, earned the right to start the sections at home. And so far, they've been able to piece together 4 runs over the last 2 innings, and Sylvia Cochran has been untouchable. This one, a little bloop, is going to land for a soft single into short center field for Emily Vogel. Vogel walked and scored in the 3rd inning. They had 3 runs in that 3rd inning. We'll bring up Marin Amin. Mentioned Vogel, 5 for 5 with 2 home runs against the Cardinals first time around. She has 5 on the season. So does Marin Amin. Their top 4 hitters in their order today, 5 home runs, 5 home runs, 2 home runs, and 2 home runs. I believe that's all 14 of their home runs on the season. Amin walked her last time up and then was called out for the 3rd out of the inning on a play that involved runner interference and had to be debated and conferred between our umpires. Originally ruled that she got home safely, even though Pacey Olson immediately called for the runner interference. 0-2. Amin, high fly, shallow left, coming in and dropping it. Erickson had it hit her in the heel of the glove and pop free. Heads up base running from Vogel was halfway, and when she saw it skip out, was still able to reach second safely. First error of the ball game will be charged to the Cardinal left fielder. And just like that, 2 on, nobody out. And that pitch up high out of the reach of Layla Meyer. Second wild pitch of the afternoon for Annalie Anderson. And this one's going to allow both runners to get into scoring position. Previous wild pitch came with bases loaded and allowed the second run of the ball game to score. Good pitch there to get Schaefer swinging. Even the count 1-1. So we had the drop in left field, and then the very next pitch was wild, and 2 runners in scoring position, nobody out. Late swing from Schaefer, and Anderson gets it back to a 2-2 count. Still looking for first out in the inning. Started with a first pitch single to center from Emily Vogel, just a little Texas leaguer behind second base, 10 feet into the grass. But clearly in a spot no one could get to, and now a full count to Kayla Schaefer. This one grounded back to the mound. Anderson looks the runner back to third, gets it over to Bauk for out number 1. Well played by the senior pitcher.
Pitcher number 86, Emmy Sylvia Cochran.
And with the way that Sylvia Cochran has been pitching, crucial that Coon Rapids doesn't give up any more runs. Sylvia Cochran reached on a fielder's choice last time up. That was the hit that led to the third out. This one high to right field, not very deep. Catching it is Karen, tagging and trying to come home. And the run is going to score as Meyer couldn't scoop the throw, which is a little bit offline. Sacrifice fly for Sylvia Cochran makes it 5-0.
Fielder number 21, Alyssa Schloman.
Amon moves over to third base on the play. 2 away now for Alyssa Schloman. Schloman led off the 4th inning with a single. Needs a hit here to try and add to this lead. This one rolled through the right side and past a diving Kinley Carter. It is going to get Amon home from third, and the lead has grown to 6.
Now batting catcher number 4, Haley Lavinka.
Bring up the catcher, Haley Lavinka. Lavinka 0 for 2, a pop-up in foul territory wide to third, and then a fly ball to right field. Fastball in for a strike, and that is a caught stealing. Great gun from Layla Meyer. Pacey Olson able to come over and make the play for the tag. And that will end the inning. But 2 more on the board for Blaine. They lead 6-0 as we go to the 6th inning. Getting into the late innings here at Blaine High School. First round of the Section 7 4A tournament puts the longtime rivals against one another, the border battle between Blaine and Coon Rapids. The Bengals looking for their 13th straight win, and Emmy Sylvia Cochran has been outstanding so far this afternoon. 12 out of the first 15 outs by strikeout. This one hit well towards left center and off the base of the wall. Anderson digging for second in standing with a leadoff double. First hit of the afternoon for the Coon Rapids Cardinals as she blows kisses to the dugout. And she hit the fence right toward the base, about 2-3 feet up maybe. But absolutely stroked it right to the gap where there was no chance anyone would be able to get there. So now Sophia Bauk steps up. See if she can drop down a beauty of a bunt. Scooped up and the tag is made, but the runner over to third. Successful sacrifice. Gets the run just 60 feet from the plate. Cardinals would love to avoid a shutout if possible. Back to the top of the order, Callie Powell 0 for 2 has struck out twice. Fastball called a strike on the inside edge as you saw her back away from the plate. Shows bunt, drops down a beauty. They'll take the out at first, and that will bring home the run. So a sacrifice will score Hannah Poser, the courtesy runner from third. Coon Rapids on the board. RBI sack single, or sack bunt for Callie Powell. Kinley Carger steps up, 2 outs, and the base is clean now. Cardinals do not waste that leadoff double by their senior pitcher, Annalie Anderson. Couple of sacrifice, beautifully laid down, and good heads-up running from Poser, the courtesy runner, to make sure that she didn't get caught off third and made it home as soon as they decided to throw down and take the out. Carger laid on the fastball, but ahead in the count, still 2-1. Try to spark a late rally here. Drops down another bunt. That'll spin foul. 2-2. Carger attempted to catch him off balance by dropping down a bunt unexpectedly in the first and ended up getting underneath it, popping it straight up, and the out was made by the catcher, Haley Levinka. Here it is, 2 out, 2-2 pitch is high and wide, full count. Strike 3. Only strikeout of the inning for Sylvia Cochran. First time she's been held to just 1 strikeout in an inning so far. And she does give up a hit and a run. Cardinals on the board, bottom of the 6th, next on CTN.
There was once a time when local sports coverage wasn't what it is now. A dark age filled with handicaps and Polaroids and angry crowds. Then 2 noble souls stood and proclaimed aloud that they'd give the people high-quality sports no matter how. So Sports Nights they became. Delivering stats and highlights was their vow. And Sports Nights they remain. Watch them weekly on CTN Now.
Back at Blaine High School, Bengals with a 5-run lead here starting the bottom of the 6th inning. Sophia Bauk will take over for Coon Rapids in the circle, trying to keep that lead from growing and give her team the best chance possible in the 7th to try and catch the Bengals. Just one hit surrendered so far by Blaine starter Sylvia Cochran, and she has 13 strikeouts in the ballgame. Haley Levinka 0 for 2. Fly ball pretty well hit to right field last time. This on a line, knocked down by Karger. Scooping it up and winning the race to the base is Annalie Anderson. And her first chance fielding since leaving the pitcher's circle and made it look easy. Kinley Karger also moving as Bauk moved from first to the circle. Anderson replaced Karger at second. Karger moved over to first. And they're able to get the out. And that one hit her. Hunter will get the free base.
Now batting for the Bengals, second baseman number 29, Ellie Beckman.
Ellie Beckman, her first at bat. She's been playing at second all afternoon, but until now was hit for by DP Audrey Novotny, who after getting the double in the last inning, gave way to the courtesy runner. This one hit to second, the throw wide of Olsen, and second error of the afternoon. Everybody safe, runners at the corners. So with one away, the Bengals threatening again. Fielded well by Anderson, but thrown behind Olsen a little bit. Olsen couldn't reach back for it. Hunter wisely saw that happening and made her way all the way to third base. Pitch up high to number 9 hitter Ellie Swenson. 2 for 2 so far this afternoon with an RBI and a run scorer. You got to love that from your number 9 hitter. Anytime you get production from the number 9 spot. Shows bunt, pulls it back. They run the double steal. Cardinals wisely cross in the infield, and they have the runner off, and you can run her all the way back to third. Once the runner from second is advanced to third, you just run it all the way back there, and you can tag them both. So well played by the Cardinals to call the bluff. It all starts with the throw from Layla Meyer to Annalie Anderson, who got deep into the middle of the infield to cut off the throw. That's designed to keep the runner frozen off the base at third. They go 2-6. I don't know who ended up. It was the pitcher, Bauk, who eventually made the tag. Swenson all the way over to third now. Swenson ahead in the count, 3-0. Bauk would love to battle back here and keep the Bengals from getting back to the top of the order. 3-0 pitch. Can't find the zone. Ball 4, runners at the corners with 2 away. And Emily Vogel, again, Cardinal killer, first time they faced off. So far, 1 for 2. a single, a walk, 2 runs scored. Now with runners at the corners and 2 away, trying to add to their 5-run lead here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Pitch outside, Meyer takes a long look down at Swenson. She strolls back to the bag at first. This one chopped foul in front of third. That one in on the hands of Vogel. It's 1-1. Good pitch there from Bauk. It froze Vogel and in for a strike. And Bauk ahead in the count, 1-2. It's been an eventful bottom half of the 6th inning for the home team, but they have not been able to add to that 5-run lead. And Bauk trying to keep it that way. Pulled the string a bit. That one dropped off before it got to the plate, so it'll be ball 2. 2-2. Healthy hack from Vogel, but got just a piece. Bounces it foul. It'll stay 2-2. Beckman, the runner, at third. Swenson at first. 2 away, and Bauk trying to keep them right where they are. Misses outside, and a full count. Swenson, I'm sure, will be going with a full count and 2 away. Pitch called to strike. Vogel thought she was walking to first. Instead, she's picking up her bat and heading back to the dugout. Cardinals, one last chance, down by 5. Top of the 7th is next on CTN. Back at Blaine High School, opening round of the Section 7 4A tournament. It is a double elimination tournament, so both teams will play again. But it looks like Coon Rapids will be headed for the elimination bracket. The number 2 seeded Bengals holding serve, so to speak. And Emmy Sylvia Cochran has been outstanding, giving up just 1 hit, 1 walk, 13 strikeouts. And now ahead in the count, 0-2 to Pacey Olson. Olson has struck out both of her at-bats so far, trying to avoid the sombrero, but that's a 3-pitch strikeout right there as Sylvia Cochran continues to roll. Layla Meyer also 0 for 2. It's the story for most of the lineup as they work the third time through the lineup. Only 2 base runners to this point in the ball game. A walk for Bella Fowler with 2 out in the second. A leadoff double for Annalie Anderson, followed by a couple of sacrifices to get her home with the only run so far. That happened in the top half of the 6th inning. Meyer fouls this one back, 0-2. Talking to Coach Nienaber before the game, he said, this hot streak is really due to the girl we have in the circle. She has been so good, so steady all season. And getting her back from injury was key to the turnaround this season. And she has got 15 strikeouts out of 20 outs in the ballgame. She's taking care of 15 of them. This one grounded to the right side. Knocked down but unable to be secured by Beckman. And that'll be a 2-out single for Ava Kellis. Trying to keep her team's hopes alive here in the first round of the playoffs. Melina Lee will take over at first. Bella Fowler. A walk and a strikeout. Steps in with 2 out. Runner at first. And she has played very strong all season long. Very poised for an 8th grader. She did get into some regular playing time at the end of last season as a freshman. And has continued to blossom and grow here in her 8th grade year. Still 4 more seasons of varsity baseball in front of her, and a lot of youth throughout the roster for Coach Nelson. Hacks at that one and got just a piece, follows it to the backstop. This one grounded left side, scooped up by Amon, thrown across to Schaefer for out number 3, and that is the ball game. The Bengals come in and do exactly what they wanted to do. They get a dominant performance in the circle from pitcher Emmy Sylvia Cochran. They score 3 runs in the 3rd, add 1 insurance run in the 4th, a couple more in the 5th. And they move on the winner's bracket and send the rival Cardinals to the elimination bracket, moving forward in Section 7 4A play. And that is going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. Again, the final score, Blaine 6, Coon Rapids 1. I want to thank everyone out there for joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, which is the 3 of us, Kelly Laszlo O'Leary, Neil Highlights Hennon, and myself, Joe Yund. I want to thank you all and say good night.